here we go. Crossroads is a 3-layered or 3-leveled way of breaking down life. So the first layer or level of Crossroads as a podcast is a decision you got to make. So I always tell people, when you get to a stoplight or an actual crossroad, like a crosswalk, what do you got to do? And I always get a whole bunch of answers. Oh, I got to look. I don't know. And it gets someone to think. I get a whole bunch of different answers. And it's really cool to hear how someone thinks. And once I get that answer, I said, okay, so why did you give me that answer? Why did you say what you said? And sometimes they don't even give me the answer, but they give me an answer, right? And I just like to see how they think these things out. And I said, okay, so that means you're actually what? Making a decision. So that is the first step of a crossroad, right? And then I said, the second part of the crossroad is what? Is now you have to be emotionally invested. You have to be emotionally invested, because once you think, you have to be now emotionally invested into that, right? And the third level is a spiritual aspect to it, right? So thinking, you got to be thinking to make a decision, because there's nothing you can do in life without first thinking about it. Because once you think and you dwell upon that thought, then you actually do it. And then there's emotions that come with that thought, that decision you're going to make. You actually have to actually do it. And then there's emotions with that. And then the third level of my podcast is a spiritual aspect, right? We're all spiritual. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, we're all spiritual. We all have a belief, right? And some people say they don't have a belief. Trust me, we all have a belief, whether we know it or not, right? Even if we don't have a belief, but we all have a belief, right? And the ultimate crossroad is, life and death, right? And we all don't like to talk about it, but, one out of one people die, so that is kind of where my podcast is. And it's due to the fact that, 4 years ago, I had epilepsy, I had a seizure, and then I was diagnosed with it, and I've been at home for 4 years. So I sat at home for a very long time, and I decided, no, I need to talk. I need to help people. I need to encourage people. And I didn't know that I could impact people. I didn't impact people positively. This is what the world needs, and I know what I can do. And a lot of people have been waiting for me for the last 15 months. So, I love you guys. And, the Crossroads podcast is back. So just wanted to share with you guys what this Crossroads podcast is about. Peace.